Hello everyone, welcome back. I am actually sick, so I'm gonna try to take it easy with the talking. Although I'm probably gonna talk a lot. I've got a lot to talk about this day. I wasn't on yesterday, and crucial day to miss it actually, because we had a massive pump yesterday due to some Donald Trump news, which we'll get into. But today is no better, because we're currently much lower than, from where we, before we began pumping. And of course, considering after the pump, we're down about 11%, 10% currently. Bitcoin's price is 83,100. And we started at 85,000 Sunday morning at 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. We got a very interesting announcement from Donald Trump that caused the price of not only Bitcoin, but Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano to pump like crazy. Cardano, I think, has seen its biggest pump probably in history. I'll go to that right now that we're talking about it. Check this out. 75% pump approximately, which is just insane. Going from 64 cents to reaching a high of $1.17 was the highest point, which is insane, right? More than doubled its price. But now it's kind of erasing all of that momentum. Cardano is on its way back down as if nothing happened yesterday. People have short-term memory loss and forget that it's happening. We are getting a crypto strategic reserve. That was the announcement from Donald Trump that he posted on his Truth Social. I am dying. 1 second, let me drink tea. All right. So we're not fully back to, where we started, considering that Cardano at least had the biggest pump out of all the coins yesterday because of this news. But today, it's all getting erased. Bitcoin has been more than erased in terms of its movement. Pumped 10%, dropped 11%, a little bit lower now. 82,000 seems like we are breaking this mini support. Would you even call this a support? My thing is telling me yes, unless we see a bounce. Where could we see a bounce? Not very likely, but according to this Fibonacci, we would see one little break at 81,816 approximately, which is precisely where I do have a trigger order. I did have one as well at over here 84,000, which has already been executed, right? So I've got the exposition in Bitcoin that I wanted while I was up here at 94,000. We almost reached $95,000 for Bitcoin immediately that day, which was insane. But now we've retraced back all the way down here. So yeah. Hey, this is practically what I wanted anyway, so I'm taking advantage of these dips this time because I can see how crazy of a pump. I had a bit of a taste as to how much money I could earn with a pump as small as this. It's a big pump, but in the grand scheme of things, it's small, right? In order to get back to where we started all the way up here at 110,000. Why is this moved? I feel like I moved this by accident for some reason. Let me just adjust that there. That's the highest, right? 109,952. Yeah, that's what it was. Approximately 110,000 for Bitcoin. And now we're suffering at this area, which it's fine. Well, it's no big deal. This week we are expecting a ton of volatility, guys. So you can't call the bottom specifically. Is today the worst day of them all? Probably not. I think tomorrow is going to be worse. I think Friday could be worse, depending on what happens, right? Friday we're getting important data. We're getting Jerome Powell's speech on Friday. We're getting non-farm payroll data. And we're also getting that crypto summit, which could be good, depending on what gets announced, right? We kind of got a sneak peek of a glimpse of the news as to what's going to happen, right? Which caused the major pump in the first place. Let me go review the other coins. Ethereum didn't have too crazy of a pump. Still, it says 16%, reaching a high of 2,551. But look where it stopped. Right on that resistance of the Fibonacci zone right there. And to make things worse, we currently wow, 2002. I might be in danger on my main account. Yeah, I actually might be in danger. Do I have any liquidation warnings? I'm checking my phone. Bitcoin falls below 83. I know SUI is going to get liquidated. That's wonderful. That's all. I only got a SUI liquidation notice. Everything else is dropping here. A limit order failed. I don't know from what. I cleared the news too fast. Yeah, okay. It's fine. Things are currently crashing. We're experiencing a crash at this very second, okay? Which is whatever. I'm cool with it. We'll ride it out as far as we have to ride it out. I probably should have made this trade. By the way, if you don't know what this is my trading bot I have running using a Python script connecting to my BingX with API. And I'm using this one on Cardano right now because I just wanted to test it. Like, this is my first time testing real money being traded via a bot that I made with the help of AI, of course. But I also helped debug and do some of the coding as well, modified how the appearance looks. So if you think this doesn't look good, it's my fault, all right? It looked much worse when the AI did it, so, you know, I think it's fine for what we got to work with. Anyways, speaking of Ethereum, resistance broken. Support broken. We wish resistance were broken at this point. No, supports are dropping here. Uptrend, it doesn't exist anymore. Emergency, this is a code red. And our only hope is the 2000 level of Ethereum, which I'm going to draw right here. And I'm also going to write it in text. 2000, just so that I know. Middle center, yes. Let's hope that this does not get broken. How is Solana doing? Down 21% already. Oh, look at this. This is an example of a trade that this bot drew out, okay? I just had to cancel it and, you know, debug and do a lot of stuff with the code. So this trade it's not currently running, but this is what it proposed at this time. It was, what was it, 4 p.m.? So like 5 hours ago when I was coding this. That's one of the trades it proposed. I just drew out the trade, put in the levels, and hey, look at that. The strategy could absolutely work, especially during a volatile time like this week. So that'll be really cool. I did put $100 in here because I want to test it out before I start putting my millions, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so far so good on this trade. You know what else I did? I also did the same thing on SUI, which similarly, oh, look at this. This SUI trade would have already hit a take profit, right? Also opened at 4 p.m. and just last hour would have hit a take profit there. So yeah, there you go. Strategy absolutely works. I don't know why I'm still doubting it and not even putting a penny in. I was using VST at the time, fake money, and just trading in the console, right? It wasn't actually, you know, changing anything on the exchange, right? It was grabbing the levels like the super trend and the 200 simple moving average to determine its trends, and then in the 5-minute chart to determine the swings, right? It was doing all that, grabbing the information in real time from BingX's API. So just wanted to confirm if that would work, which it does. So now I'm prepared to use real money, and real money is on the line. There's my VS Code. This is the console that's logging all the trades. I'm gonna die. So yeah, here it tells you like the 200 SMA. Like I'll literally go there right now. This is for Cardano, right? Man, 27% drop. 1 hour, Cardano. This is the 200 simple moving average, 0.7219, 7218. That's close enough. Super trend is 0.9161, which is right here, 9127, which it's fine. It's currently dropping down. This was 5 minutes ago, so that makes sense. The current price, 0.78, 0.76. It is currently dropping. It updates every 5 minutes, right? So literally in 1 more minute, this will generate a new paragraph of code and let us know what the current price is, what the super trend value is. It says the 1 hour trend is none. Why is that the case? Because the price, of course, is in between the super trend and the 200 simple moving average. It has to be below both of them for it to be considered a downtrend. In this case, then, no trades would be executed if it's in between the two. If it's above both, that's an uptrend. As you can see over here, super trend green above 200 SMA, that's an uptrend. Once it crosses down here, no trend. Once this crosses the blue line, it'll be a downtrend. You can look for shorts from there. That's how the strategy is set to work. I want to talk about XRP as well here. Don't want to ignore it too much. It had a great day yesterday as well, rising a whopping 30%, 35%. And currently it's erased all of that. 20% drop today, and currently worth $2.23 and dropping. We reached the lowest point of before pre-pump, I guess you would call it, right? So let's, I think we should go into the details by now. Litecoin, by the way, has not moved as much. This is a tiny, tiny pump that Litecoin got from that news. Why? Because Litecoin wasn't included in the big boy club when the strategic reserve was announced. So this is by the rumor sell the news event kind of deal. We don't know when this strategic reserve will come into effect. We just know it got announced. Trump posted on it, and that's why people are rejoicing here. What is oh my gosh, Litecoin 102. One trade absolutely got purchased over here. One order got triggered on my main account, and one more is waiting to be purchased down here. It's breaking this uptrend, which is a little scary. Uptrends are being broken here, guys, so we're talking about some serious issues. Things are pushed down, it seems like, a little bit for everything. I don't understand why. It's fine, I'll just rearrange this stuff later. Alright. If you're wondering why the RSI isn't here anymore, it's because I completely ditched it by now. I don't need it. If I was me, where would I want to put this? Altcoins are more volatile to the downside. Bitcoin is in its downtrend. Man, I should have set this up before. Like, I feel like the momentum is practically gone or lost from here. Which one hasn't dropped too much yet is Cardano, but that's thanks to the fact that it pumped 70%, so, like, why not? It's got a long way to go still. No, not really. From 76 to 72, if it crosses below 72, then yeah, you're in a downtrend. That's all you need. What was XRP doing? XRP is just in its downtrend. I feel like I could enter a short on XRP. So what I'm going to do is close this. It tells you your summary, I guess. I feel like I should take this out. This is mainly for the demo trading that I was doing. And all I got to do is just change my code over here. Like if I want to change it to a different asset, we just change the ticker, which I wanted to do XRP, I said. So I don't want ADA anymore. Remove that comment. So this is all the parameters that are set, right? That's the current balance, risking 1% of the trade. And here's all the stuff that I'm using, right? All right. Next, what I do is run the Python script. It will fetch the data first, right? So past 1 hour data, past, oh, why 699 candles? It's supposed to be 700. It's fine. As long as it gets whatever the super trend value is, because super trend needs 200 1 hour candles at least to determine, you know, its value, right? That's the whole point of the 200 periods of the SMA and the 1 hour chart. So I made it do like 700 hours just to get enough data, right? Go as far back as possible, make it as resemblant to what we would see in the chart as possible. And similarly, of course, with the super trend, it also does that. Similarly, it does the 5-minute candles, grabs 60. I don't know why I put 60. I just thought it was cool. And no, realistically, what I thought it was is the past hour. I thought it was 61-minute candles, but clearly my brain doesn't function well, so it was 65-minute candles, which seems like a bit overkill, but it's fine nonetheless. You know, doesn't hurt to have that much information. From here, it detects how the candles are moving, right? First, it waits for the candles to close before deciding to enter a trade, which it might enter a trade here, because I think the first trade that it enters, it's immediately, like, according to this down movement. Which I'm not sure if I'm prepared for. We're gonna get that in, like, literally any second now. It's 9:24. Once this hits 925, I could check on my phone. Oh, Sui just purchased. I want more Sui. Hey, finally, at least, you know. I was stressing because I didn't have enough Sui positions. Now I do. 924, 45 seconds. We need 49, 50. Okay, 10 more seconds left until this will probably enter a trade. And we'll see how it configures it. It's set to the last 3 candles to view the highest point of that if we're looking for a short. There it is. It's checking for the trades, updating that in real time. Okay, cool. So I got an error here. This field must be the following. Okay. Limit market, stop market, take profit market, trigger stop. Okay, so I have to specify what kind of an entry I want. Which means that this didn't purchase it. I think it did. It did. And it didn't set any take profits or anything. I'll let it ride, but... Okay, I'm going to draw what the trade was. Of course, as soon as we enter a short, it just starts pumping. That's pretty funny. So, it entered at 223. I'm just going to punch these values in. Stop loss. I asked it to flip the order of the stop. Oh, that was in a different session, though. Never mind. So, that's your risk reward 1 to 3. Starting off super negative. And, yeah. It says I have $99 available. Why? What happens if this hits my stop loss? I'm supposed to be losing $1. So far it's losing 2 cents here. Market reverse. Oh, okay, yeah, you can do a lot of special things in perpetual futures. I'm just gonna let this ride out and see what happens. Then I'll take it to AI to try to get it fixed if needed. Because this is going to be actual money, right? So, yes, actual money is being used over here. Alright. Cool. What's next? Let's talk about some news, because we got a lot of that to talk about. So, yeah. One day, March 1st, which was what was that, a Saturday? March 1st was indeed a Saturday. Hold on. Ethereum forced liquidation. There you go. Sui order failed. That's all. All right. All right. Somebody opened $123 million long on ETH and $72 million long on Bitcoin with 50x leverage. Why would somebody do that? 50x leverage? You're asking to lose your hundreds of millions of dollars. Unless, of course, you know you got some insider information. Right after that, the next day, March 2nd, which was the Sunday, Donald Trump posted this at 10 a.m. A U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve. That includes XRP, Solana, Cardano. I will make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We're making America great again. People were a little outraged by this, first of all, because they're like, okay, what happened to the Bitcoin strategic reserve? I thought we were going to get that. You're already announcing XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Also, where is Litecoin? Where is Ethereum? Right? That's why those two coins didn't pump as much. And Litecoin stayed not pumping, right? For that day. Trump retweeted, quote tweeted, I guess, or post, whatever, on his Truth Social later on saying, and obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum will be in that crypto strategic reserve, as well as other valuable currencies will be the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. Boom. Trump saying that he loves Bitcoin and Ethereum just made everything pump that day. Right over here. Bang. Cardano was a surprise, that's why it pumped heavily. XRP as well. Solana had a great pump as well, rising to a high of 179, yeah. I thought it was almost 180. Almost. Not too bad. And from there, though, nothing much else came of it. What people were more concerned about now is this insider trade that people saw. They noticed this the day before. A whale went 50x long on Bitcoin and Ethereum, using just $4 million to create a $200 million position because they used 50x leverage. He has now closed most of his trades. The guy made $6.8 million in one day. The timing was perfectly aligned with Trump's Truth Social post confirming a US crypto reserve. Even if crypto had dipped even a tiny bit, he would have been liquidated, which is what I was saying. Like if, okay, Bitcoin, what did it cost over here? Let's just round some numbers. Let me go to Bitcoin, sorry. 85K? Yeah, let's just say Bitcoin cost 85,000, yeah? Let me whip out a calculator here. 85,000. This guy went 50x long, right? So if you divide this by 50, 1,700. This means that if Bitcoin loses $1,700, if it dropped to 83,300, which it didn't, right? Oh my gosh, look at the precision of this trade. Okay? At 85,000, let's say that you entered. And I'm just using a stop level, but pretend the stop level is your liquidation level, 83,300. Okay, do you see this? The precision of this trade. Okay, this is 28th of February, though. Let me go to, like, 1st of March, which is when this trade was placed. Okay. You made, what is this? 5x return? That's just insane money. And just perfectly calculated. The fact that you knew that this would not drop lower than 83,000 for one, like, overnight. That was just extremely, extremely suspicious. And the fact that they sold at the top, it gets worse, by the way. They sold it at the top. Oh yeah, here's their liquidation point, 84,000. So that's even worse, right? I calculated 83. It's actually 84,000, which is insane. Look how perfect that is. Meaning, okay, yeah, if you calculated it all this precisely, sure, you would have made a 10x return in that case. He's cashed out with millions of dollars of profit. Coincidence? We'll never know. Anyways, before I get into more details about this insider trader, let's talk about Litecoin, of course. Look at that. With the neutral face, because nothing got announced for Litecoin. The only thing Litecoin had for them, and that's been keeping them afloat these past couple of days, was the ETF announcements, that it was, oh, it's got a high percentage of an ETF being announced, and the major drops that Litecoin, well, the major drops that the crypto market had didn't affect Litecoin almost at all, right? It just held strong. But, you know, all good things come to an end, I guess. With yesterday's announcement, Litecoin wasn't mentioned. It did pump because it's still a cryptocurrency. All cryptocurrencies pumped yesterday. But it didn't pump as much, and today it's now dropping even further, along with the rest of the market, it seems like. Dropping to new lows today of 104, reached a low of 101, which is something we haven't seen since February 2nd drop. Indeed, yeah, February 2nd drop, because of tariffs, reached a low of 80, so keep that in mind. Can we reach that again? Most likely. 95 is the next support that I have. No, that's not even a support. Ignore that. I was looking at resistances here, which seems like yesterday that's where we reached it at 132, 130 approximately. So if we're looking at, where can we, is my magnet on? Why are these drawings so horrible? From here till this high. So we're currently at a support right now, 102. It makes sense. Yeah, the next one is 92 and then 79 or $80, which, God forbid, we touch that level, because we would be breaking a very important uptrend as well. That's been here for a pretty long time, right? So that would suck to see a complete trend reversal and have to start all over again. But we've seen how powerful, you know, crypto can be with yesterday's pump. It was unreal. But hey, just look how volatile everything is. Like, right after that, we're all dropping like 20% on literally everything except for Bitcoin. Like 10%. 10, 20%. Crazy stuff. A lot of people posted their opinions on this stuff. David Sachs said that the announcement of the Crypto Strategic Reserve consisting of Bitcoin and other top cryptocurrencies is consistent with his week one EO one, whatever this is. President Trump is keeping his promise to make the US the crypto capital of the world, and there will be more to come at the summit. He's talking about the crypto summit that the White House will be hosting, and that's going to happen on March 7, which is right over here, Friday. That's pretty cool. Cynthia Loomis will be speaking there, likely as well to talk about the strategic reserve, it seems like. Other people express their opinions on all this stuff, right? The whole Trump announcement, the strategic reserves. Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, the CEO, says that just Bitcoin would probably be the best option. It's the simplest and clear story as the successor to gold. People don't really like, it seems like a lot of people weren't as enthusiastic to see the other coins being announced as well. It seems like it was a bit unnecessary. The only thing you should be caring about if we want the United States to be an actual serious crypto capital of the world is the only serious project. Well, the other projects are also serious, of course, but like the fundamental one, the main one, would be Bitcoin. He also says that if folks wanted more variety, you could do a market cap weighted index of crypto assets to keep it unbiased. But probably option number one is the easiest. He's not the only one to think of this. The Gemini co-founder, Tyler Winklevoss, says that XRP, Solana, Cardano are not suitable for a strategic crypto reserve. Only one digital asset in the world right now meets the bar, and that digital asset is Bitcoin. Even Peter Schiff, who is anti-Bitcoin, usually pro-gold, he admits that Bitcoin is the digital gold based off of that announcement. He said that in a tweet over here. He gets the idea of the Bitcoin reserve. He doesn't agree with it, but he gets it. We have a gold reserve. Bitcoin is digital gold, which is better than analog gold. So let's create a Bitcoin reserve too. But why XRP? Why the hell would we need that, is what he says. Bitcoin Therapist also confirms that same ideology, like XRP, Solana, Cardano, and the strategic US reserve is so retarded that even Peter Schiff is becoming a Bitcoin maximalist, right? So not a lot of people agree with it. Now, I guess clear, this guy is the crypto czar, David Sachs, right? Before he mentioned all this stuff over here, before you guys start accusing him of potentially being the insider trader, he said that he sold all his cryptocurrency prior to the start of him working for the Trump administration, meaning that if he doesn't have any crypto, he obviously isn't the one behind, I guess, that insider trader that did 50x leverage with millions of dollars. So that kind of clears his name. And also to make it appear as, look, I am unbiased. I don't hold this asset, so I don't benefit from this at all. We just genuinely think this would be a good thing for the United States. That's the whole purpose of him, announcing that he's sold all his cryptocurrencies, that he doesn't have any, so he doesn't benefit from it. He's just genuinely trying to help. Which, fair enough. This is Tyler Winklevoss from Gemini, confirming that same thing. If you just wanted the backup on his words, that's what he said there. I am dying. So yeah, of course, only want Bitcoin. Because, Solana, bad, because rug pulls. Look at 6ix9ine, that rapper guy who has Solana tattooed on his forehead. Literally says, I'm not leaving, let's run this meme coin to 5 million. Then he rug pulls it and deletes all his posts. So, there, that's the state of Solana. Of course, we already know that. Now, hold on. This whole talk of the strategic reserve is getting other countries like China, like Russia, to start evaluating a strategic Bitcoin reserve as well. They're starting to feel the FOMO. They will follow what the United States is doing soon. There's countries getting involved. This that we're seeing right now, these drops, temporary. We're going to see a lot of gains happen really soon. I think this is probably one of the very last shakeouts that we will be having. This week, of course, it is going to be volatile. Like, we could be ranging from 80,000 Bitcoin to 100,000 Bitcoin during the course of this week. We're seeing Bitcoin move thousands of dollars a day. Like, tens of thousands of dollars a day. It's becoming way too common. Right? We're going to see this, like, happen a lot. Just that amount of volatility is going to happen this week. Based off of what I've been researching, at least. Don't take my word for it. And this is part of the reason why today specifically we are indeed dropping the way we are. Well, at least what started the drop, I would say, is at 1:30 p.m. Donald Trump mentioned that he will be announcing, he's making an investment announcement at 1:30, possibly regarding the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, is what everybody was speculating. He's talking about investing, right? What are you going to invest in? Well, Bitcoin. So this caused a lot of hype during that hour. And everybody was looking, okay, is he going to be live streaming somewhere? Or is he live somewhere? We're checking his YouTube channel. We're checking his Twitter. No. All it was a Truth Social post. Oh, but sorry. Well, okay. It was just a post on Truth Social announcing the new tariffs on external agricultural products starting April 2nd, which is to encourage U.S. farmers to boost domestic production, is what he said. He's trying to protect American farmers. That was the whole investment announcement that he did at 1:30. Of course, everybody wanted big crypto news, but we just got some news about the agriculture sector. Everybody said, boo, we don't care, and started dumping. I'm really bad with my throat. And this is what this post is all about. Suspiciously enough, that whale that made this trade that you're seeing right over here, well, that I deleted probably. Yeah, I deleted it. The whale that used 50x leverage sold at the top and started shorting before this announcement happened. Okay, this is 10 a.m. today when the announcement happened at 1 p.m., 1:30. He's now shorting Bitcoin. Like, come on. And look at exactly what's happening. If you shorted right over here, man, that is just so much profit. Who is this person? People are speculating it's Barron Trump. Why? Literally this could be this scenario that's going on in the White House. Like, hey, Dad, can you do me a favor? I just placed a $200 million long on Bitcoin using 50x leverage. Just tweet something about Bitcoin and crypto in general so I could just, make a couple $1 billion. Yeah. And of course, after this kind of drop over here that we're seeing, the same Peter Schiff, who yesterday was praising Bitcoin, it seems like, is now saying President Trump to help pull off the biggest crypto rug pull of all time. And he's now calling on Congress to investigate. I'm not sure if he's talking about the reserve announcement or if he's talking about his Trump meme coin. I don't think it's the meme coin. Red markets really make Peter stiff. That's pretty good. Pump.fun. So, yeah, that's the issue that's been going on here. That's where we are, why we are where we are right now. What am I entered this, right? 5-minute trend is set to none. Okay, so this is still running, which it shouldn't be, because the position has already been opened. What is it going to do? Open another position? It shouldn't. On XRP. This is real money. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I want to see it hit one of the two exit levels. And if it doesn't do anything, then yeah, I'm going to take this to AI and sue it for making me lose money. Anyways, alright, let's talk about more stuff that Trump is doing for the United States. Taiwan Semiconductor is building 5 additional chip factories in the United States. They announced that they will be investing at least $165 billion. This is a good thing. Good thing for companies like Intel, Nvidia. But today it's all dropping either way, I guess, because of, people scared of tariffs. We won't have to worry about, tariffs impacting the economy because we're having the companies do everything in the United States to avoid the tariffs if you're from an international sector, right? Which is what Donald Trump wants. He wants everything to be done in the United States. If you don't want to pay tariffs, bring your company to the United States, pay the taxes to us, and give our Americans jobs. Seems like it makes sense. Trump is also removing sanctions from Russia. It seems like Russia is now United States' ally, and Ukraine is no longer part of friends with the United States. Pretty funny how the tables have turned here. Trump is also kind of defending Putin and Russia at the same time. He's slamming Europe in this new statement. He said that we should spend less time worrying about Putin and spend more time worrying about migrant rape gangs, drug lords, murderers, and people from mental institutions that are entering our country so that we don't end up like Europe. He's using Europe as an example, like, hey, look at the state of Europe, look how terrible it is. What is he talking about mainly? Well, this is just an example of what happened today, by the way. A car drove into pedestrians, according to this dumb headline, but that's not the case. It's a terrorist attack, all right? Somebody drove into pedestrians and killed a couple people in Germany. Germany's still having this issue. It seems like it's happening too frequently now, like once a month. A driver plows into a crowd in Mannheim, Germany. At least 2 dead, 25 injured. Suspect was arrested. I wonder who... Was it Islamist? Yeah. The suspected Islamist terror attack in Germany. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. This is just going to be a problem for a very long time until Europe decides to do something about it. I've seen a lot of some clips as well from England. People are saying that they want to vote for the Reform Party. They're not agreeing with what Keir Starmer is doing in his Labour Party due to the immigration, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, people are kind of seeing that. Also, if you go to some place like London, I think it's just full of Islamic people. Which, of course, the English patriots are not happy about. Anyways. Trump might be leaving NATO for good reasons. Trump has warned that the US might pull out of NATO if the bloc's other members don't pay their dues. How could this move benefit the United States? It can benefit it. The defense spending, which is $916 billion, made up over 2/3 of NATO's total in 2023. The United States alone spending that much money compared to the rest of NATO. RAND estimates the US shoulders 47% of NATO's burden. Without NATO's protection costs, the US could reduce military spending and invest in its own economy. Department of Government Efficiency. Mending ties with Russia. The unchecked eastward expansion of NATO has strained US-Russia relations. By leaving NATO, the US could help de-escalate the Ukrainian conflict and work towards better ties with Russia, which is also something that we do want. We don't want Russia as an enemy. At least I don't think so. Reorienting to other alliances. Freed from supporting European states, the US could pursue bilateral partnerships and defense pacts with countries on more favorable terms, strengthening relationships elsewhere. And also pivoting to Asia, they could relocate military assets to Asia and focus more on China. Just keep that in mind. If we don't have to worry about Russia or Europe anymore, cool. Where else can we worry about? I guess Middle East with Gaza or Asia with China, right? Its greatest adversary being China, of course. Reducing NATO commitments would boost this effort and increase focus on Pacific, escalating the risky US-China competition. There's always there a competition between US and China. Apparently they can't pull out because of 2/3 of Congress. We'll never know. But yeah, even Zelensky, who is very obsessed with joining NATO at this point because he feels like that's his only option, he says that the US will have to send their sons and daughters to fight if Article 5 of NATO is triggered. So yeah, of course, he's got to leave NATO for the benefit of the country, seems like at this point. Why stay in NATO? Just for protection from the other countries, which are probably not going to protect them because US is stronger. President Trump will consider suspending or canceling military aid to Ukraine including Biden-approved weapons. So it seems like that's ending. No peace deal was signed. This the rare minerals that Ukraine was going to give the United States will now be provided by Russia instead. Which, of course, that has also caused massive protests in the streets of New York and all that stuff. Vladimir Zelensky says he will resign from power in exchange for Ukraine's NATO membership, kind of like martyrizing himself, like, you guys can fire me as long as Ukraine joins NATO, I'll be happy, kind of deal. He's also just rejecting calls for immediate ceasefire with Russia, meaning that it's pretty obvious he wants to, I guess, prolong this war as much as he can. He's going to escalate it more by trying to join NATO. He's already receiving billions of dollars, 200 billion, I think, from... Was it 200 billion from England? Canada apparently is also sending the money, which we'll get into. He's also saying that the end of war with Russia is very, very far away. So you already know. Zelensky says he would only meet President Trump again for serious talks. What, the last talk wasn't serious? I guess he kind of disrespected the United States and he got kicked out of the White House for that. So it's something that happened last week, Friday. So yeah, we'll never know how this is going to end. Justin Trudeau, not our prime minister, mentioned this. Meanwhile, the United States is removing sanctions from Russia. Canada is announcing new sanctions against key Kremlin allies, paramilitary organizations, their leaders, and others who are complicit in helping Russia wage war in Ukraine. We won't allow Russia's enablers to prolong this illegal invasion. So... apart from that, of course, Trudeau admitted giving Ukraine $20 billion. All right, so there you go. Invested close to $20 billion in support for Ukraine, military, economic, and other. And we're just going to continue to be there to support Ukraine. I'm pretty sure nobody wants this. And, yeah, the fact that he's willing to defend Ukrainian borders, but not the Canadian borders. This is the reason why we have tariffs in the first place, according to Trump. Because their borders are not protected. Canada and United States. So, yeah, clearly a conflict of interest here. Not sure everybody agrees with this one. I don't, at least. And to make matters worse, even Pierre Poilievre seems to be on the side of Ukraine in terms of all this stuff. He gave a speech today about standing with Ukraine, and his odds of winning the next election on Polymarket, I think this is, it dropped from 69% to 64%, which is not good. We need this party, the Conservative Party, to win in this election to hopefully have a chance at saving Canada. Yeah, and if, of course, we lose to Liberals, then it's just GG. We lost. The country's gone. Well, speaking of US-Canada relations and Mexico, the tariffs happening tomorrow. It's practically accepted at this point. There's no negotiating. Trump said that there's nothing that can be done. So... So yeah, we're going to have to suffer with that for a while. Am I coughing too much? I hope not. Why does it show it here? Is this being done correctly? I don't think this is being done correctly. Another trade was opened. That's not good. Yeah, another dollar was spent here. I don't think it's doing it correctly. It's fine. I will review that stuff later. Anyways, yeah, tariffs happening. What's Canada's response? Well, Bloomberg reports that Canada will also impose significant energy tariffs on the US if Washington imposes tariffs on Canada. Canada, in total, they export enough electricity to power more than 5.6 million homes in the United States. So that's kind of the way that Canada will be countering these tariffs, it seems like. Doug Ford, who was just recently re-elected for Ontario, said that he is ready to enter a trade war with the United States, saying that Americans will feel the pain like they've never felt before. What is the plan? Well, the plan is to shut off power to 1.5 million customers in New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. I don't think that's a lot. If he wants to destroy our families, I'm going after absolutely everything, is what he said. And I don't want to. We keep the lights on to 1.5 million homes. Yeah, anyway, that's the plan, I guess. I'm not sure if it's going to impact it too much. I'm pretty sure the United States can resolve that pretty simply here. Um, yeah, yeah, not much that we can be doing here. This is the economic data that is getting released this week. Today we had the manufacturing data. I don't think it was too crazy. Wednesday, non-farm payroll data Wednesday? No, that's a lie. ADP non-farm payrolls, that's something different. ISM services, Fed speeches. There's a lot of Fed speeches this week, but the most important one will be Friday. Is it even mentioned here? Jerome Powell will be speaking on Friday. It's not mentioned here. We're getting jobless claims Thursday, non-farm payrolls Friday, unemployment rate Friday, average hourly earnings Friday. All this stuff is to determine how the economy is doing, if inflation is rising, how many jobs were added, how many people are unemployed. It gives us an idea on how the economy is doing, as I said. And based off of that, we will determine whether or not a rate cut is necessary or not. And that's all with checking the CME Fed Watch percentages. So far, nothing has changed. 90% chance we don't change nothing. 91% chance. And we're expecting 2 rate cuts this year. 1 in June, 1 in September. Next year we're expecting... What is this? Well, we were expecting 2 rate cuts as well next year, it seems like. But I don't know what this back and forth is all about. Doesn't matter. We're not there yet. Anything can change from literally today till 2 years from now. So that stuff doesn't really matter too hard. So that's what we got for now. Tim Walz, if you didn't know, is considering running for president in 2028. Apparently so was Kamala Harris. So who is it going to be? I think Tim Walz is actually the better candidate, as crazy as it sounds. He's not a good candidate at all. I mean, just literally pick anyone else but other than Kamala Harris or Tim Walz. Because if that is the case, like, who's it going to be? Tim Walz versus who's the next Republican president? Probably Tulsi Gabbard, probably J.D. Vance, although Trump says that he's probably not prepared for it. But yeah, I mean, if it is J.D. Vance versus Tim Walz, we already saw what happened in the vice presidential debate. J.D. Vance is a clear winner in that perspective. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Last bit of news, I think I might have covered this. Something similar to this. I think I mentioned a $250 bill would have been printed and Donald Trump's face would be on it. But apparently that's not going to happen. It's going to be the $100 bill. And Brandon Gill introduces this to legislation to replace Ben Franklin on the $100 bill with Donald Trump's face. That'll be interesting to see. $100 bills with Trump. That's cool. I mean, he is the significance of what being rich means. Why did this happen? That's all the news I had for today, by the way. I do want to draw whatever this was. It's still going. Invalid parameters type. Take profit market, trigger market. Okay, so I do need a take profit and stop, I guess. Right? There's no stop okay, stop market. Stop market. Huh. Yeah, this is an AI question. I don't know the specifics of what each of these mean. Of course I know what they mean, but like in what context would be the best for my specific what do you call this, strategy? I want to see what else it did here. This is the second trade that it entered at over here. I'm going to put a short position. When did it open? At 2150, which is here. Profit level is here. And stop loss is here. It's also 1 to 3. It literally just entered 2 trades without even closing the first one. So that's an error in itself that I'm going to have to point out to it. And I don't think a stop level has been placed. But yeah, it seems like this trade aligns with this one. Do I have 2 positions open? I guess. What's my average price then? These don't have, yeah, they don't have take profit or stop loss set. So that has to be placed. Does it show order history? Yeah, okay, so it bought 1 XRP at a time. Why? Charge this much in fees. How much is 1 XRP? It's $2. I don't even know what it's doing. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to work on for the rest of the night, in case you're wondering. Yeah, that's all. That's all the news I have to talk about. Crazy stuff going on, but a very volatile week. Crazy week. Tuesday, nothing too crazy, right? Wednesday we're getting something. Nothing. Oh, ISM services, that's it. And then, oh, Thursday we're also getting a European Central Bank interest rate decision. That'll be interesting for Europe. Could have some impacts. Non-farm productivity, I don't think that's that important. And then Friday's the big day. Friday's a big day indeed. We're getting a lot of stuff Friday. For US, we're getting non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate. We're getting Fed Chair Powell's speech at 12:30. And we're also having that crypto summit this same day, March 7. So keep your eyes peeled for Friday. Friday's going to be the biggest, most impactful day. And of course, the market's going to move in caution in preparation for Friday. So expect some volatility. Alright guys, I'm sick and I'm dying, so I'm going to end the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed what you watched and learned, and hope you subscribe and like the video, and I hope to see you tomorrow. No, I won't see you tomorrow. I'll be busy tomorrow. Or maybe I won't be. I don't even know. We'll see.